In our wildest frontier, the sun disappears for months at a time. When it returns, for a brief moment, life explodes. Creatures hustle. They must move fast to catch this frenzy. Before winter plunges the edge of the world back into darkness. North America doesn't get much colder, nor any darker than Alaska in winter. It's not a place and time you mess with, unless you've got a wild side. But after 8 months of deep freeze and darkness, it happens. Light breaks through the biggest sky in the Union. Warmth overtakes the land. Through early spring, it's like sunshine on steroids. Alaska's north gets as many as 40 additional minutes of daylight every day. Until there is no night at all. It's a marathon of sun. And it's here we join the race. A lot of life must be lived in just a matter of months. Ice melts, cracks, and pulls away from the mainland. The water is still a bone-chilling 35 degrees. Cold enough to freeze a human in a matter of minutes. But perfect for young polar bears out with their mom. For most of the year, their world is ice. Open water is a novelty, which is why what you're about to see is so rare. These two practice a type of swimming usually seen in underwater mammals. It's called porpoising. Polar bears live on an opposite schedule to other animals in Alaska. Winter is when they hunt on the ice and eat. Summer melts their ice. They have no choice but to fast. They swim and laze in the sun with empty bellies, while creatures inland prepare to feast. Streams and rivers swell with melted ice and snow. By late spring, all the waterways gush. As the spring melt flows, it brings out bright greenery and fresh wild blooms. Reveling in the sunshine, wild lupine grow and spread throughout the summer. It's the best time of year in Alaska to be a carnivore. And there are more here than in any other state, 35 species. It may not be a good time for small, slow-moving mammals. A hungry wolf will tackle a porcupine, but it's risky. There's no safe way in, and any one of these 30,000 spikes could create a festering wound or even blind. That may be worth the risk closer to winter. But right now, a less prickly meal should be nearby. A lone pine squirrel is a good start. But on average, an adult wolf needs the equivalent of 12 squirrels a day minimum just to get by. And in these sunshine months, they try to eat twice that to stock up. In June, animals that have struggled all winter now look for summer's quick and easy meals. Crabs lingering just below the tidal mark qualify. This is where minks hunt. They're semi-aquatic and seafood is their specialty. A large Dungeness crab may be more than this mink can handle. Unless he takes a little at a time. Its leg will likely grow back if this crab lives to see next summer. Even with its disability, the crab must negotiate one of the most powerful natural forces on the planet. The tide in Alaska's south rises and falls up to an incredible 40 feet at a time. It's the world's second highest tide. When it flows in, it brings with it a bounty of seafood. Birds know it. As many as 140 million seabirds flock to Alaska's coast for summer. That's about half of all the seabirds in the Northern Hemisphere. When the tide recedes, it leaves a feast hidden in the mudflats. This brown bear can smell it. She weighs about 450 pounds and digs for clams of just a few ounces each. This is possibly her first reliable source of meat in several months. The clams can dig more than 4 feet when they sense danger. But this causes a spurt of water, a dead giveaway to their location. Not even her scraps are wasted. An average-sized clam holds about 75 calories. One is a good start, but never enough for a hungry bear. She'd have to gobble down more than 1,000 clams to meet her calorie needs. But it's not an all-day buffet. She must race to get as much as she can before the tide swamps her clam dig and sends her to higher ground. Not even a tree can survive on Alaska's northern slope. But the now constant sunlight triggers incredible growth. Seeds especially adapted to withstand the cold sprout while they can. Among the flowers, more than 77,000 square miles of life-giving grasses. This epic meadow draws great herds of caribou from Canada. They move around the clock to wherever the grass is greenest. A single herd can hold more than 120,000 caribou. During their annual migration, they will cover more than 3,000 miles. Their babies are often born on the trail and need to stay close to the herd. One separated from the pack is a target. Bears and wolves stalk these herds and watch for the weak. there is another predator here, more insidious and harder to shake. More than 35 species of biting insects feast in the endless daylight. These mini monsters have lain dormant all winter as eggs. Now the tundra underfoot turns to water. That triggers a mass hatching. The air, once free of buzzing, is now clouded by swarms of bloodsuckers. They attack just as the caribou shed their long winter coats. Entire herds will move to avoid the mosquito menace. This group hugs the ocean and looks for a sea breeze to blow the buzzing from their backs. There's little relief, even standing in the Arctic Ocean. This one runs in circles to shake them off. After that, there's only one thing left to try. The bounty of summer is blended with pestilence and danger. After a month or two of fine summer dining, brown bears in Alaska's south can rest a little easier. The sunshine is no longer endless, but there's still 20 hours of it in every day. This is a midnight nap. As the daylight stretches on and on, brown bears will take naps almost anywhere. Finding comfort for a nap in full daylight requires creativity with your surroundings. In their waking hours, grizzly bear young practice for battle. These two are learning how to grab and tackle and where to bite. They give particular study to vulnerable areas, the underbelly and genitals. These are skills they'll need as adults when the fights turn real and males battle for mates. Nearby, two older males are ready to put what they've learned to the test. They both want the same female, and for that honor, they will fight, perhaps to the death. Too much flying fur and blood for this one. The victor is rewarded. His trophy is this female, but she's not yet in season. He'll guard her for up to 3 weeks until she's ready to mate. He waits, basking in summer's warmth. But don't be fooled by the sunshine. It's not good news for everyone. This year, Arctic sea ice melts to its 7th lowest coverage ever. For walrus, the extremes of summer can be deadly. Usually, they spread out on distant ice floes. Now, they crowd this one remote Alaskan beach. Nearly 30,000 of them. There is an ever-present risk of being crushed. They're stuck here for 2 months. They'll have to wait it out until the ice returns. This mama brown bear is busy teaching her cubs how to fend for themselves in the wild. Moms deliver 1 to 4 cubs in each litter, and then spend up to 3 years nurturing their brood. Today, the cubs are learning how to dig by watching a pro do it. More practice is needed, but clams can still be won with a little trickery. The blasting chill of winter is on its way, so these 3 collect the summer bounty while they can. They'll search the tidal flats for food for as long as the tide stays out each day. With only a month left of the breeding season, Alaskan brown bears must get down to business. But when Mama Bear is finally ready for some action, it's Papa Bear who's asleep. Now she must wait. After, this female must stack on calories, or her embryos won't develop. Nature's timing is impressive. Millions of salmon head upstream to spawn, delivering those much-needed calories right to the paw. She's well fed. Up to 90 pounds of salmon in a single day. And just in time, summer is on the way out. And sunsets return to Alaska's north. Soon, winter will once again blanket Alaska. Polar bears will be able to hunt on the sea ice. But for the lucky, their summer fast is broken early with a trip to the whalebone pile, left over from a native Alaskan whale hunt. A polar bear's sense of smell is 7 times greater than a bloodhound, and they follow their noses to the feast. They will continue to search for food throughout the dark winter ahead. But right now, it's easy pickings. Even the free meals Mom wants to keep to herself. finally, a nibble for Junior. Now, every week brings an hour less of light, an hour more of darkness. It's a rapid transition. The northern lights again dominate the night sky. The great salmon runs end. Those not eaten now rot in streams. Bald eagles pick up the remains. There are more eagles here right now than anywhere else on the planet. But soon, most will head south. Alaska's brief window of light closes fast. Animals living on the edge of the continent hunker down. It's lights out for a very long night.